Hello everyone, welcome to the CTV News on Calabash TV and on the Wave Radio 94.5. I am Lisa Joseph. Well, they went to Paris in full force with a determination to succeed. But whether that optimism will translate into an acceptable agreement for Caribbean leaders and the negotiators remain to be seen. The Secretary General of Caricom, Ambassador Owen Lavoie, says the region wants to ensure that the Paris Agreement on Climate Change has enshrined in it a provision for review every 5 years.
Forward, there ought to be transparency in terms of the commitments that countries make to this. And I would hope that the commitments that the developed countries have made to provide financing are commitments that they will honor. And I dare add that such commitment to provide financing should not be tied up in all the bureaucratic maneuverings to access this financing. And we also feel very, very strongly that the vulnerability that our countries exhibit should be a major criteria for accessing those resources and not per capita income. Already I've seen signs of some donors, some development partners, even when they're providing climate financing, are selecting who they provide the assistance to based on per capita income, and that is not something that we would like to see at all. As a matter of fact, we are dead against that. Climate change does not know per capita income. We are vulnerable, and the assistance must be provided on the basis of our vulnerability.
The Caricom Secretary General echoed the call of the region's leaders and the special circumstances of small island developing states, or SIDS, must also be reflected within the context of an agreement coming out of Paris. Meantime, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony says there are some countries that are hostile to the Caribbean's agenda, and these countries need to be won over. If the caliber of the region's negotiators is anything to go by, then Prime Minister Anthony has good reason to be hopeful.
We have some good, solid technocrats, some good, committed technicians, persons who are very passionate about the outcome of these negotiations, and I believe that that will benefit the region immeasurably. I can't say when last I saw the region pulling together like this in such a coherent fashion to protect the best interests of the region and indeed overall small island developing states. And I think that augurs well. That will strengthen our approach, strengthen the positions that we hold, add quality, character and focus. And in these negotiations, all of this will matter.
Assuming that the Caribbean gets a favorable outcome in Paris, the work will continue, Dr. Anthony said, to convince residents of the Caribbean that there are issues they must face head-on.
Yes, I still fear that there's a gap between what the politicians are saying and what our people actually believe. There are a lot of people in the Caribbean who have not understood the danger that these islands face. It is true that they have experienced adverse weather systems, but they have not translated that experience into understanding that there's a change in the weather systems and in the weather patterns because of climatic factors. So we have to translate that to our ordinary people. There's one hopeful sign though, and that is to say the way the young people and the artists of the Caribbean have come together to help us to consolidate our position and to shape our views. Never before have I seen such a great partnership between civil society and the governments. This is an issue that has united us, and we need to build on that experience because it is a qualitative change in approach. So I think what we need to do is to go back to our respective constituencies, persuade our citizens, but at the same time maintain a coherent regional approach to this issue. We have earned tremendous respect, and that's one message that has emerged in this entire process. There are countries that admire our focus, our steadfastness, our commitment, and admire the fact that we have been able to build a platform that is directed and a platform that is protective of our interests. I think that has been a wonderful experience, and there are countries who are seeking us out, who want to engage us because they recognize that unless they engage us, then it is unlikely that they will get the kind of agreement that is so vital in these talks.
Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony there speaking at the climate change meeting in Paris.